hate this all too much. Oh no, that you go, couldn't make you stay. And I don't wanna freak you out, but you're all that I think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Don't waste a sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. Don't waste a sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. And I don't wanna freak you out, but it's all I can think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Nothing ever feels so good. Nothing feels so good. Last night was your first and only chance to get right. Instead of lying through your teeth, baby, your eyes tell 1,000 words that you're trying to hide. And now they're crying over me. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. So tired of you calling me up, trying to change my mind. When it's you that blurred the lines, yeah. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, I don't want your love again. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the second edition of the Welsh Esports League. You are joining us here today on a Monday, which means it is time for the best and brightest in Welsh Dota 2. Once again, my name is Kit and I'm joined here by Lude. How are you doing, Lude?
Oh, I'm so excited, Kit. I've been waiting for this. Someone wants to see some more high quality homegrown notes. So I'm really interested to see how they play with the new patch and with
Yes.
all the chaos that's been happening. So really looking forward.
Yeah, there have been a lot of changes since we were last here. Most importantly is we have got a new patch going on, so teams will have to navigate their way around that. You might have also heard that we've got new music as well. So thank you very much to Macy, who contributed our introduction music. Now, Macy is a pop singer-songwriter from Wales, and she has had a lot of success so far in her career, and has even been played on Radio 1 as well. So thank you so much for letting us use your tracks, Macy, and I'm sure we'll hear those a little bit later on in the show as well. How are you feeling about the Dota though, Lude?
Oh yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what's what's going to be coming out of all of this. It's especially seeing how some of the some of these teams are the same, and then some of them are slightly different. So it's just going to be a case of um seeing what used to be strong, and seeing what's going to be
Yes,
what's
now
actually
there
gonna be
has
picked up.
been a lot of change, and I think it's going to be interesting to see whether we still have the same level of plays that we got last time. I seem to remember that there was a quite a big skill difference in some of our teams, and I think we've got some of the same players coming back this time, so I'm quite excited to see if they've been able to adjust to the patch quite as well as they had gotten used to it on the old old patch. I think we saw a lot of quite comfortable, quite comfort picks coming out from some teams as well. Some heroes that people were feeling pretty confident on. I wonder if they still pick the same heroes now after all of the changes. How are you expecting these teams to have kind of dealt with the huge difference in in Dota that we've got now?
I mean, there's some stuff that's still fundamentally the same. I mean, Doom is still, busted as hell, and we've been seeing a lot of diversity in the sort of the picks that we're seeing at the moment. I mean, Wind Ranger is stupid.
Yes.
Techies is the one that one of our friends isn't in this season, but was playing Techies. And now Techies is in Western Europe. Western Europe DPC. Techies is the most picked hero. Was that on your bingo card? Because it wasn't on mine.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to see it get quite so popular. I know that Techies has had a little bit of an image change in recent years. He used to be the hero that everyone loved to hate, but now,
Oh
not
no,
quite as much.
he's still a hero that everyone loves to hate. He's just now you can't avoid him anymore. He's just now really, really good. Which I'm so happy for. I personally love techies. So seeing, even if I don't really play them myself, I still love them. So I'm glad that they are in. I'm glad that they are in the game.
Yes, I think it's a pretty good time to enjoy playing Techies at the moment. It's a very, very strong hero, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it come out a couple of times over the next 4 weeks. But we have lost our main Techies enjoyer from the first split, so have to see. Have to see. I've got hopes though. Just in case anybody isn't aware, this is the second time that the Welsh Esports League for Dota 2 has been run. So we are going to be getting to enjoy another round of Dota, as we saw in, God, was it spring? No, we've just had spring. It must have been winter last time we were here. I've lost all track of time, so I need you to be my calendar here, Lude. I have no idea. I don't even know what day it is. So it's been a lot of change since then, but we haven't seen too much change to the core format. So we will be seeing 5 teams at this stage battle it out over the next 4 weeks. So we'll be seeing the goats, the swans, the dragons, and the pit ponies come back into our hearts and our living rooms or offices, depending on where you decide to watch these games. And they will also be joined by the Robins this season. We won't be seeing the Puffins or the Pirates coming back, as neither team fielded a roster this time round, which is a little bit of a shame, as the Pirates were our winners last season.
Yeah, I mean, X amount of the players. I think it's almost all of them are still together as a team. I think they've just moved over to they're now on the goats, I believe.
Yes, we do have 3 of the 5 Pirates who are now on the goats team, so I'm sure they'll be pretty much looking forward to playing together again. Although
We actually see them later on today, don't we?
Hmm?
We see them later on today, I believe.
We do indeed.
Yeah.
I believe that that's a team that plays together quite often, though. So I imagine that they will have been spending quite a bit of time together trying to get used to the new patch. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they look like with a couple of different members added in. We will also be seeing quite a few familiar faces throughout the day, as some of these teams are fielding very similar, if not almost exactly the same rosters. So the Pit Ponies will be one of the first teams that we see today, and they have only made 1 change to their roster this time round. I'm quite looking forward to seeing it, because I really enjoyed watching them play last season. So I think that little bit of extra time is going to be really helpful for them. And you know, I'm not 100% sure whether these players in particular will have felt like the new patch favors their play style, or rather the other way around. But I've got hopes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious to see how the things I'm really going to be looking for here from for me is going to be the teams that prioritize those okay. So we have a
It is Radiance, man.
we have a draft, but
Yes.
This was not what I was expecting to see.
Yes, this is a slightly different looking draft to what we're used to.
Yeah, this is.
Yes.
Yep, it looks like everyone's disconnected.
Yep, I think there may have been a little bit of an error that went into creating this. I think that we, as much as I would like to see the pure chaos that would happen with that, I really. Are you quite alright then, Lude?
I wasn't quite sure how to wait, is this a rule change that I didn't read?
I was more concerned that I completely skipped over a section of the patch notes, and that was just what drafting looked like now. That really did take me a hot moment to.
This is random draft.
Yes.
No, they picked. Oh no, they picked ability draft. Oh no. Oh my god.
Well, nothing ever goes to plan the first time round, so how about we give that another shot? I think we are pretty much have all of the players ready. We just need to get them all back into the right lobby, and hopefully this time we'll get ourselves into the right game mode. So
while we're waiting to get this set up, I will say, Kit, I don't know about you, but I've really had a hankering for a new keychain. And do you know anything about where I could maybe get like a Dota themed like keychain of some kinds?
I don't know. Maybe you could check out Twitter and maybe some of these casters that appear on these streams might have some kind of an idea. I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Maybe. You never know. Maybe if you go check out some Twitter pages of some of these casters, they might have a better idea.
I can't believe neither of us noticed in the lobby settings that it wasn't captain's mode. I feel.
Look, I just let these players do what they want to. I assume that they're, for the sake of competitive integrity, they will all ensure that they've got the right settings in.
Did you ever wonder why we're not immortal?
No,
because
this is
we
more
can't
why we're
win.
not tournament admins, Lude. I would
Okay,
not pick
reasonable.
up on these things. There is a reason that I keep myself on this side and not making sure that these things go to plan, because
There we
that's
go.
not something I'm very good at.
Oh,
And we
oh,
are now into
There we
a
go.
pretty normal looking draft screen here, so let's take ourselves over. There we go.
All right, let's.
This looks about right here.
Are we gonna ban? Are we gonna ban the techies?
Now
Spirit
this
Breaker, yep, good ban right now. It's one of the most ridiculous here. Yep, the two most ridiculous heroes already banned.
Yes, and this is a pretty standard looking draft here. I feel a little bit more comfortable with this layout than the last one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Seeing this Wind Ranger get taken out, the Spirit Breaker is not a surprise. If you've been playing any games of Dota recently, you'll know that this hero is having a pretty good time with the current patch.
Lots of numbers went up in
Yes.
3PC. Jenkins actually thinks it's one of the best. Well, it and Spirit Break, it and Wind Ranger are the two best heroes in Dota right now. I played a Spirit Breaker game. Oh, and a Clinks ban. It's been really interesting to see Clinks being played as a support again. It's quite. I think it's the changes to that tar bomb, that tar bomb ability have really made it quite viable as a 4. Here's the real question: are we getting Squeeze, Spleen, and Spoon? Are the tacos gonna come out?
I don't know, but if there was any time to manifest it, it would be now, because Techies at the moment is a very good early pick, because you can dictate quite a lot from this first phase pickup of this hero.
Yeah, and it's also, it doesn't give away a tremendous amount of your strategy either. Like it's got a lot of really good laning options. Venge, bit of Shendel's here. Okay, we've been seeing a little bit of Venge getting picked up in the pro scene in the last couple of weeks. I know that Liquid just played it in the tiebreakers against Quest earlier on. They didn't win. But Venge is also, Venge is quite a flexible hero. A handy thing with Venge as well is that you can, if you want, you can play her as a 3 and sort of get on that early ags, then start trying to go for like auras to really buff your team up. I think I prefer Venge as a 4 at the moment, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable opinion to have. I like this hero, and I think this hero has a lot of flexibility, especially as you say, picking up these auras. You know, you get nags, you effectively have a second life, which is why you want the auras instead of active items, because you can't use items on the illusion. And you just effectively double your HP, don't you? But
the example builder of why Harpoon is a stupid item right now with the there we go, Magnus Techies. Here we go.
Look,
so this
we said it had to come out now. This is the best time to pick up a Techies if that's what you want to do.
I mean, the handy thing with Magnus is a really flexible hero at the moment. Like this Magnus could
10
be,
seconds
this Magnus, is,
remaining.
while it is most often seen in the offlane, we are also
5
seeing a lot of
seconds.
carry Magnus.
Mm.
And there is even
is
scope for
Radiant's
Magnus
band.
to be a mid, and in some circles maybe
It
even
is
a 5.
Diamond's band.
But I think that a Magnus as an early pickup is just, it's so malleable. It doesn't really give away a tremendous amount, whereas with the Swans going for the Medusa, the Medusa's in an interesting place right now in
10
that she
seconds.
is generally 9 times out of 10
5
is
seconds
played as the
remain.
carry. We have been seeing some offlane Medusas being picked, and there's actually, I don't know if you've seen Slasher's video on
It is
Pos
Radiant's
4
band.
Medusa, which is actually quite silly and quite fun. But it's more than likely that this is the carry. So straight away, money for Swans going straight in with that anti-mage. Probably going to be a PL ban and probably some other
10 seconds. Dire's
sort of
turn
mana
to
burning,
ban.
like diff builder.
Yes, I
Interesting.
think that although Medusa is still, at the moment at least, not that, yeah, you know, she is so strong at the moment that even a little bit of mana
10
burn is,
seconds remain.
it's agreeable.
It's
But if you
manageable,
pick up
yeah.
things like a,
5
a
seconds.
Nyx, something that's a heavy mana burn, or something that does a lot of mana burn, like, my mind has gone blank because
The
I'm...
anti-mage diff blade on PL.
Yes. Yeah. These things that do a lot more than just, a relatively meh hitting carry that will pick up a diffusal blade. It hurts for sure, but she is very strong at the moment. That's by no means enough to completely counter her.
Really good ban on the pit ponies, banning out that Pugna, because the Pugna paired with a Medusa is an absolute nightmare at the
Radiant's
moment,
turn to ban.
because the support Pugnas can sort of just become basically walking mana batteries for Medusa, and it's just absurd.
Yeah, and you will almost always be pumping mana into Medusa because her HP is not going to be going anywhere, so all you are doing is helping refill that mana.
5 seconds remain.
It's definitely not a combination you want to be freely giving away.
Yeah.
Quite like some of these bans coming out as well. You know, this Darkseer. What's one of the biggest counters to a Deucer? Well, another Deucer.
Yeah, like I said, I've been seeing a lot. Darkseer's getting a lot of pickup at the moment. His laning's really good. I personally, I love Darkseer. It's one of my favorite heroes. And he's the best aura builder in the game. And aura building is basically what most offlaners are doing nowadays. I mean, you can go in the other direction. You can go more in the almost sort of second or third core in the way that some offlane Magnuses are going with the like the Harpoon Blink build. But again, the beauty of the early Magnus pick is that we still don't necessarily know where this mag is going. Whereas with Money for Swans, we have a bet. We're pretty certain that this is a 4 and a 1 compared to Pit Pony's question mark and a 4.
Yeah, there's a little bit more of an idea coming out here from Money for Swans. It looks a little bit more pre-formed, whereas this Pit Ponies could still be quite flexible. You know me, I love a bit of a flexi draft, so I'm a big fan.
We could be wrong. We could think there is a possibility that this Medusa might actually go the offlane 33 build.
Yeah.
Winter Wyvern. Okay, so this is a hero that can be quite flexible. Wyvern, I've actually seen a fair bit of both Pulse 2 and Pulse 3 Winter Wyvern because of the changes to Winter Wyvern being a universal hero. You put a couple of circlets, a couple of circlets on Winter Wyvern, and suddenly you're smacking for like 80 odd damage right out of the lane. It gets really absurd really quickly. Another thought that is absurd about Universal Heroes: you get more damage from an Iron Branch than you do from a Fairy Fire, and it is cheaper.
Yes, that is
That's
true.
absurd, isn't it? Like, it
Radiant's
just
turn to
feels
pick.
decidedly not
Void
okay.
incarnate.
The other flavor Universal hero there from Swans. This is quite definitively going to be the mid on the side of the Void Spirit there. So now it's a case of wondering,
10
is
seconds.
Void's hero matchup already there with the Wyvern and the Magnus,
5
or is there another hero going to
Dire's
come out
turn
for
to
the?
pick.
Skywrath Mage.
Okay.
We got a lot of
Skyra-
heroes that could go mid on the side of money for Swans.
I mean, I think this is going to be Skywrath 4, Venge 5. That would be my instinct.
it would make sense.
10 seconds remain.
It would make
Um,
sense. Although we have been seeing a little bit more of a
5
Skyrath
seconds
5
remain.
now as well. You know, picking up these,
mm,
or rather, your skills are quite good for pushing
Radiant's
heroes away
turn
from
to
your
ban.
core. You know, you've got quite heavy
Slark.
slows, you've got quite heavy damage dealers when you start getting into second and third level as well.
Okay, so we get the Slark, the Slacky Malaki out from the Pit Ponies. So that tells me then that it's more likely
10
than not that
seconds
the
remain.
Magnus is off lane.
Yes.
That would
So-
be my
5
instinct
seconds.
anyway.
If there is a Slark in the game, someone's going to get Slarked. Either you do very well and your opponent gets Slarked, or you get shut down really hard and you get Slarked.
Yeah, it do be like that, doesn't it? It do be
There
like...
is very, very, very few edge cases where a game does not get completely Slarked when there's a Slark in it. This is going to go one of two very definitive ways, and I think we'll know which way it's looking to go pretty early on. I mean, this patch does allow you to have a little bit more of a comeback potential, so you can get slarked by your own team early game, and then slark the enemy team back. But
It is Dire's
it
ban.
is a pretty hit or miss hero at the moment. Have you got any thoughts on Slark?
Yeah, basically sort of echoing
10
similar
seconds.
to what you were saying, and that it really can go
It is
either
Radiant's turn.
way with the it does need to get a good start. I mean, Slark is a diffusal builder, so he does have the opportunity to be able to get some good damage off against this Medusa. But I've
10
got a
seconds
feeling that
remain.
if this Medusa can get can get
It
an
is
even
Dire's
semi-decent timing with this butterfly, I actually don't know what they do.
And it's... yeah, it's going to be a bit of a race between these two, I think. You know, you don't really want to be in a position as a
10
Medusa where you get kind of
seconds.
locked down by this Slark. You know, if you get pounced on, that's not where
5
you want to be.
seconds
You'd
remain.
like to be able to be a little bit maneuverable, especially when you've got the ult.
Radiant must choose.
You know, it's kind of this hero that likes being able to kind of dip in and out and kind of extract where she can. So being stopped from doing that is not great. But if she can get off to a good start, then it could be that it
seconds.
doesn't matter.
5 seconds.
Yeah, just curious now about what this last. I mean, Swans seem to have the idea. The cohesion is the seemingly agreeing with us, and that the offlaner is what Money for Swans are missing, and it's the mid that the ponies are missing. So. Trying to think
Which
what
could be
weapon-
correct,
Ooh,
but
maybe
also...
Underlord maybe for
Dire must
Swans?
choose.
Necrophos. Okay.
see your stacks hero and raise you a different stacks based hero.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty good versus the Slark. A Slark that, wants to run
10
away once he gets to low
seconds
HP. Good way to lock him down and make it so he can't pop that ult.
5 seconds remain.
But you do have to be quite quick on the fingers and make sure that you're getting in that ult pretty early instead of hanging around a little bit too long.
so this is going to be the Leshrac from the ponies. It's a comfort hero for quarter.
It is, but
I think
I
the
wouldn't
other
be
thing with
too
the
surprised to
Necrophos
see her
as well-
take a Wyvern either.
Select your hero.
Oh, okay. So I
Make
think
the
this is Wyvern
ultimate
mid and
choice.
Oracle's the fight. Oh no, Oracle mid.
Well, well, well.
Oh, because you can. Okay, so that's good because you can fortunes end off the resonant pulse,
Mm.
and then you've got the and then on top of that you've got like nuke combo. That's ooh, I like this. The Necrophos as well are also good against the Slark for another reason. The healing reduction from Heartstopper Aura, and
Yes.
it's a natural Shiva's builder,
Yes.
so that is also going to make it harder for
10
Slark to
seconds
feel
remain.
any real impact. But
Yeah, I think this is
Five
a good
seconds.
matchup here for Swans, taking this Necro versus the Slark. I like the Oracle. You are going to find some ways to deal with this Void Spirit, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to chase you under tower for kills, which is something a Void Spirit does quite like doing, especially with the shield up. So, going to be interesting to see what happens here. And then we'll be watching the Magnus, and I'm pretty sure the Techie's heading off against this Deucer, which that's quite a lot of damage for a Deucer to deal with early level.
I'm just looking forward to seeing all the chaos and how these teams, how much the different teams prioritize things like that Wisdom Rune and trying to get, trying to lock down those Lotus pools.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough old game here for, I think, quite a few different heroes on this map. So, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how these early lanes go. Do you have any preferences that you think is... do you have any heroes that you think are going to... these lanes are going to favor, or anything that you think is going to be particularly tough for either side?
I mean, I don't know how much they're going to be able to. I don't know how much the ponies are going to be able to contest the Medusa. I think the Medusa's going to have the space that they need to be able to get
30 seconds to
be able get
battle.
farm with this wraparound coming up. Oh, look at the wraparound there.
Yeah, neither team is smoked, so I don't think they're going to be able to...
Paying attention. They've seen already that X amount of them were there, that they just took control of that Watcher. So the ponies are reacting to that and just being like, "Yep, nope."
Which is a smart decision to make here, I think.
Well, yes, they wouldn't have known it, but they did actually
The
outnumber them.
battle
So
begins.
True,
they didn't
true.
try and
Just going to
block.
do a 2-for-2 trade for the runes, though, instead. And head off towards their lanes.
So yep, looks like it is the Medusa and the Venge. And Magnus is now making the way towards the just a nice easy way.
Yeah, we got quite a lot of heroes converging top at the moment. Obviously, people will prefer to walk through these portals now instead of TPing where possible. And they'll be able to get to lane without using up that quite valuable TP early on. So, pretty good addition now, I think.
Yeah, I do think they are a little bit too strong. I think they need to have. I know that they changed it by making it take a little. I think they upped it from 4 seconds. 4 seconds when they first came out, and then made it 6.
Yes.
So I think that's a good start. I do think that they do need to look at maybe doing something else to make it, maybe make it not quite as strong as they are.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of harass being taken in both lanes here. I'm gonna try and chase
Radiant should
the
look to their bottom tower.
this Magnus out of lane a little bit. He is being followed by creeps, so I won't be missing out on anything here, but taking a lot of damage already from this Venge. Just protecting Adusa, giving Adusa time to farm up this wave. Do it without any real contest either. Same can't really be set up top though, because this Slark's having a little bit of a problem, and Nalia's gonna try and help him out, and gonna give her life there for the Slark instead. Slark has skilled his pounce, pretty valuable thing to skill if you're having a tough time in lane, but don't really want to be a level 1 pounce at this point of the game either.
Your trading is now much worse as well.
Yeah.
But it needs must.
Has picked up the level 2 now, so it's got Essence Shift, but having to just stick around under the tower here at the moment because it's a little bit of a tough position to be in. This Necro's gone for Heartstopper early, so...
When you say a tough time, do you mean being fought 5-2 against 13-5 on the Necro?
Yeah, that's a little bit difficult.
Oh.
Well, meanwhile down bot, we missed them taking a little bit of a trade here. Gonna get the Magnus, but it's gonna cost the Deucer. And try and chase the techies down, but I think it's wise to not want to dive under that tower there, Venge. We'll be able to pop the salve and survive. And up top, they're still just trading away quite happily here. Maybe a little bit of a, I think a difficult one here now. Venge has taken quite a bit of damage down bot, so can't quite keep up the same level of harass here. Have to take a little bit of time just to heal up. But Deucer is back, full mana. Doesn't have any health to begin with, so that doesn't matter.
The mid matchup is not going particularly well for the Oracle. It's much harder for the Oracle to last hit compared to this Void Spirit. There's almost like I want to say something like almost a 30 gap in damage.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough early game, isn't it? Especially when you don't have this mana regen here. And meanwhile, up top, we're going to see this Wyvern taken down yet again. A little bit of a difficult time here, and Slark, I'm not sure you want to be trying to go out from under your tower here. Kills happening all across the map at the moment. Jeez.
Yeah, this is what I
We
missed.
want to have any laning phase?
This is why I'm here.
Oh, Techie's in a dangerous spot there. Very nice snake from the Deucer. Just the right amount of bounces there.
Dire should look to their bottom
The
tower.
Radiant ahead on all metrics at the moment. A nice early 2k network lead. The Oracle is looking at getting that first Titan
Oh,
phylactery.
this Deucer is a little bit far forward, but she does still have half mana, so I think she should be fine here. Up top, Slark's having a little bit of trouble whilst this is going on as well. Forced back underneath the tower.
That's such a rough matchup. I don't know what you do with Slark here.
These snakes are starting to do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, up top, we've got trying to try and heal herself here to save her on the Wyvern, but this Necro just wants to try and dive the tower here. Get a little bit more damage. Slark's going to be able to take down the Skywrath, and Necro might be in a little bit of trouble here. Might have got a bit too far, but nope. Gonna pick up the kill on the Wyvern. And yeah, that regen. Oh, the Heartstopper regen is so good once you get a couple of creep kills. Absolutely fine here on the on the Necro. And Slark same can't be said there. This is
I think the Slark's lane is largely over at this
This
point.
is a struggle bus lane, and if the Slark's not careful, you could see this Necro really going in for the kill. Not going to be that long before he picks up the 6
Dire's
here.
top tower is
It's
in
about half a
danger.
level.
Yeah, and then once that happens, just the scythe stacks begin and
Yeah.
just be everywhere
Stacks
on
on
this map.
stacks. And I definitely think Necro is winning this stack war at the moment.
Killing spree.
We'll be able to pick up a kill down onto the Magnus bot. I think it'll be a nice relief here for this Deucer. She's just been kind of chilling, but it's always nice to be able to pick up the kill. Meanwhile, over in mid, they have brought the techies over to see if they can get a kill onto this Void Spirit. And I think the answer there is no, because he is still looking like a pretty healthy boy.
Techies knows what's up though. If you look at the time of the time on the clock, this Techies is
Straight over for those wisdom
straight
runes.
over that wisdom.
Meanwhile, up top, we're still getting a little dive going on here. Going for this Wyvern. Just gonna try and get some damage out, but not enough.
If this Slark has noticed that's already noticed that the Necro's level 6 and just
Yeah, you do not want to be hanging around here anymore, Slark.
Came to the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, this is not a position you are safe in any longer. So, taking a wise decision to back out and farm some camps here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna try and TP this Wyvern back in though, but I think you want to be a little bit careful. Will pick up a kill on
Dire
the Void
should look
Spirit
to their
though.
top tower.
Did
Yeah, it
miss
just looks
that
like it
bit
was,
of action, but
Looks like it was
Dire's top tower is under attack.
gonna get the stun onto the Magnus down in the bot lane. See if they can chase him down with the Deucer. Gonna try and steer away, but the right click was already in the air. Oh,
Yeah,
very
this-
nice Mana Snake coming out too. Does a lot of damage to this techies, and I think Deucer is pretty much ready to just have a pretty nice time here in this bot lane. Gonna go onto this techies and get the kill once again. Meanwhile, in mid, they are diving the tower here to try and pick up an Oracle kill. Gonna
Dire's
miss the
bottom
taunt,
tower is
so I
under
think
attack.
they should be safe for now.
Yeah, they
Dire's bottom
So-
tower is
really
under
playing.
Uh-oh, though.
Oh dear.
They know where Slark is. They've spotted him out. Gonna be able to get the Skywrath spells on there. No way of dodging those. And you can jump in
A
and
little
finish
bit.
off that kill. Uh-oh. That leaves the Wyvern completely alone up here now, and that's a very dead Wyvern.
Dire should look to their
Now we get to pick up the first Reaper side stack as well. A little bit of extra health and mana regen.
Radiant should look
Never gonna
to
say
their
no
middle
to
tower.
those. Do have the Deucer all alone here now, and she's getting pretty low mana. Gonna get a little bit back from this snake. Another snake coming through, so I think it's gonna take a bit more to kill her than they're expecting. Taking a lot of damage here on both these heroes, and that's gonna be the Magnus down. Nice jump in there from the Void Spirit. Able to
Nice and bright.
save his carry, and you're gonna have to turn and run there on the techies. Trying to chase off these two supports in mid here, but the Necro has rotated over, so
Dire's courier has
not a
been killed.
great place to be in if you are the side of the Dire.
Knows the risk.
And yeah, they're just gonna dive this tower. They want these kills. See if they can pick them up. The Oracle does take quite a lot of damage at the moment, so we'll pop the ult, be able to take even more. Techies is gonna jump in, but the Blastoff's gonna miss everyone. And we get the swap in and a stun. Able to pick up the kill there onto the Void Spirit, and I think this is going to be a very free tier 1 tower here for both of these.
Against attack.
Yeah, to make matters worse as well, the Oracle had their courier taken away, so that's a delay on the finished phylactery,
Radiant's top
which
tower
a little
is in
bit
danger.
of additional damage
Dire
there
should
might have
look
actually
to
been
their
able to help
middle
them get a
tower.
return kill, but with that in mind, it wasn't going to be.
Not meant to be.
So let's have a look and see in terms of the net worth, and we can already see, top three heroes are all on the side of the Radiant, and this Medusa is more than double the net worth of the Slark at the moment, and that's
Dire's middle
really
tower
the tail
is
of the
under
tape there
attack.
in one, I'd say. I'm not really sure.
We're going to get a swap into this Oracle under the mid tower there. Going to be easily enough damage there to take him out under the Reaper's side. Then, uh-oh, I don't really think you want to be doing that, Nadia. Desperately trying to get some damage onto the Venge, but she's going to take a little bit more damage than you think she is. Taki's just kind of hanging in the wings there, not really able to do very much. Going to be able to take the tier 1 tower down on the side of the Radiant there. think we've got a little bit of a problem happening for the side of the Dire at the moment.
Eager to know
Opponents are
Dire's
not in a great
whereabouts.
position.
Yeah, I mean, 11k behind at 11 minutes is never something you want. And yeah, Medusa's almost got that the Manta finished, and as I
Dire's
said,
bottom tower
that
is
butterfly
under
is
attack.
yeah. As soon as that butterfly is online, I genuinely don't know what.
Uh-oh, they found the Slark here on the side of the supports. They'll be able to get the Skywrath ult down, and with the rest of the slows, they'll easily be able to pick up that kill.
Dire's top
And
tower
old Void
is
Spirit's
under
just kind of hanging around, doing a little bit of prodding, doing a bit of poking. Techie's gonna jump in, gonna try and get the bombs, but won't
Dire
latch.
should look to their top tower.
I think they should be able to extract pretty easily, and there's even a regen rune here for this Void Spirit, so
Dire's
he is
top
going to be
tower is under attack.
absolutely fine.
It fills me with nothingness.
Yeah, because he needed it.
He did. You know, you just have to ask, and Gaben will provide. Looks like they're going to try and set up on the Necro here in the top lane. They've got the Magnus, they've got the Slark, going to get the RP down. And a couple of smacks in from the Slark here, but this is a tanky
Yeah.
boy. And we've got a couple of the the team here. Uh-oh, Slark, I think you're in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get the swap out to save this Necro. Not that he particularly needs saving. Gonna get healed up to full there.
Didn't even need to pop the Greaves. Ugh.
Taking a little bit of damage here from the Oracle. A little bit of poke and prod. Oh, jump in there from the Void Spirit. Gonna go onto the Magnus. He's gonna try and skew the Void Spirit. Oh, just about gonna live there. Void is just desperately trying to walk away. Gonna get the stun in from the techies. They'll be able to pick up this kill onto Wishy. And I think they want to chase for a bit more here. Gonna go onto this Necro, but he does have quite a lot still. Be able to pick up the kill onto the Slark. Desperately trying to keep this Winter Wyvern alive, but I don't think she's gonna make it.
Spree. Double kill.
And they might be able to clean up this this fight here, though. There is quite a lot of damage happening from the side of the Dire, but not going to be enough to kill this Venge off before she takes down the Magnus. I think she's going to take down this Oracle as well, and uh-oh, I think Techies needs to be quite scared here, because he does not have very much to deal with this. No mana, no spells, and no friends.
And I'm pretty sure wasn't Venge Pulse 5? Your Pulse 5 just
Yeah, they're
casually,
gonna go onto this Slug once again. They've spotted him out. He's gonna pop the ult and just try and run away. I think he might be able to make it. Yep, Venge is gonna decide. Doesn't quite want to chase that, which I think is wise. You don't know how many people are waiting for you there. We know it's none, but they don't.
Well, at least they managed to secure their bounty runes, their wisdom rune. So that's something. You know, they were able to get a little bit of XP for the Magnus to try and catch up a little bit. But honestly, yeah,
Dire's
this is
top
rough.
tower is under
I
attack.
mean, they've managed to get a couple of return
Dire's
kills
top
to stem the
tower has
bleeding a little bit,
fallen.
but the Medusa is almost halfway towards that butterfly now. And like I said, once that happens, I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot happening at the moment for this Dusa, and she is kind of loving life here. They're just kind of letting this Slark get taken over by the rest of their team, whilst 3 of the Radiant heroes just chase down
Radiant should look to their
this
middle
Winter
tower.
Wyvern here. They really did not want to let her live. Gonna smoke up in the mid lane to look for a little bit more. Gonna be able to catch this Oracle. Won't take any damage from the Skywrath ult there. I think they'll decide just to back it out a little bit, try and do a bit of a reset, because not got a lot of vision in this area, so don't want to push it too far. A little bit of damage coming out onto this Venge, but I do think you need to be a bit careful here, because this Necro is feeling pretty strong. Gonna get stunned up by the techies, but gonna be able to pop the Shroud. Will take a lot of damage there from the Oracle, though. Gonna be able to get taken down, and Dire are gonna look to see if they can chase for a bit more. Only know where this Void Spirit is at the moment, though, and I don't think you can kill him off that easily, so gonna head back to their side of the river. DD on the Void Spirit now.
Double
We'll
damage.
pop it.
Yeah, Yeah, this the Oracle is, you know, it's the nuke damage against the Necrophos is pretty good, especially considering the Fortune's End is a dispel for the
Uh-oh,
Ghost Drought.
he's found the techies. Jump in. He'll be able to get quite a lot of damage. We'll have to use the second
wisdom of
step, but
eternity.
we'll be able to pick up that kill and then TP on out. Now, will bot lane be able to pick up the Magnus kill as well? This Deucer looking pretty healthy at the moment. 11k net worth, Manta, most of the way towards this butterfly.
Yeah, like I said, it's yeah, all 2 out of 3 items obtained, like 500 gold away, and then once that happens, like the only real damage they're gonna have is the nuke damage, is like the magic damage, but
Dyer's
even
bottom
then,
tower
the
is
amount
in
of protection the Producer's gonna have from the rest of the team, I actually just don't think. I actually don't
Looks
know.
like
if the
we're
Duke
gathering
is-
up a little bit here in this mid lane. Necro's going first and getting a bit of prod in.
Dyer's
Although this
bottom
bench is
tower
just going to
is
run
under
straight behind the tower, get some vision out, see if they can get any kills picked up as well.
Dyer's bottom
Gonna
tower
back
is
it
in
off a little
danger.
bit. Deuce is just happily taking this bot tower now as they posture mid. See if they can pick up anything.
Dyer's middle tower
Lots
is
of
under
pings
attack.
coming out, so both teams want something to happen here. We'll be able to pick up a swap here in this mid lane. We get the kill onto the Wyvern there with the Skyrath ult. Stun coming through from techies, but it's not really doing very much, and he's going to get melted through. If the Magnus isn't careful, he might be the second victim. Well, the third now, and he's not careful at all. Another Skyrath ult coming up. Do have to be wary of these short cooldown spells, especially something like Skyrath ult. Does a lot of damage, especially if you're
Dyer's
not
middle
ready for it.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, honestly, I think this game's mostly over now. As the Slark's like
There
level
is little
9.
hope for
The
Dyer's
Slark
middle
is
tower.
struggling
Middle
here,
tower
isn't he?
is no more.
If we
Yeah,
take a look at
this-
this Deucer, you know, we've got a Butterfly finished up, we've got a Manta finished up, we've got this Mana regen. What does the Slark have in comparison? An Echo Saber.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Magnus has had a really rough time. He's not even able to get the Vitality booster finished, to get that finished Vanguard. So
Dyer
you know,
should
Harpoon
look to
is
their
a
top
pipe
tower.
dream at
I
this stage.
do know that this Void Spirit is here, but I'm not sure if they can catch him. Gonna go for a little bit of a
Dyer's
chase,
top
but
tower is under attack.
there are other Radiant heroes about, so you want to be a little bit careful about chasing into the Swans here.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on, I don't know if you caught it, but in one of the fights earlier on, the Magnus whiffed the RP because the Void Spirit was able to dissimulate away. So I think like the only way that they're really going to be able to catch them is it's going to be either lead in with the Winter's Curse, or if they're lucky with the
They are kind
Yeah,
of
if the-
collapsing around this Medusa at the moment. They've spotted her out with the slug, but it's taken a lot of damage already, and they've not even been able to touch this Deucer. Gonna be easily able to melt through the techies there, and just gonna have to ult TP away, and that's not even a third of Deucer's mana gone.
nope.
Uh-oh.
Dyer's top tower is under
It
attack.
is like the child with no Kinder chocolate. It is no bueno. It's really going to be difficult for them at this stage. I think to be able to kill Medusa, I think they need to drop literally everything onto her.
Yeah,
and then
this
get
is not
4
an
other
easy
people
fight.
to worry about. And honestly, I'm just as yeah. I'm just as concerned about this Void Spirit and the Necrophos, especially with the mobility that the Necrophos has now on the shards with the
Yeah.
Death Seeker Pulse. So you know, there's
Uh-oh, this Slug's hanging around a little bit too far forward. We'll get caught and have a bit of damage put on. Be able to leap away, but
Dyer's bottom
doesn't mean that
tower
he's now
is
without
under
leap.
attack.
Taking quite a lot of damage here on the Deucer. Down to only a little bit of mana, but she is surrounded by a team, so I don't think she's got anything to worry about particularly at this moment in time. Gonna try and get some mana steal.
Dyer's
We'll end up getting in a tiny bit, but also going to be able to pick up the tower and get a very simple techies kill there. And she's going to melt through this Winter Wyvern as well. And she's almost going to be able to take down the Oracle. Ult's going to come out, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save this quarter. Slark's going to go down too, and I think this Magnus is just left kind of looking and watching his team get melted through. Buyback's going to come out to see if they can get anything to happen here, because if they can't, I think this could be the end of the game for the ponies.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, no, this game's over. This,
Let's try and get a jump onto this Magnus here. Not going to land, but I don't think you're too concerned about that. A lot of damage coming out from the Vengeful Spirit there, and the Deuce is going to come through and pick up the rest of the kill. Do you have buyback? You can mount a full 5-man defense here, but gonna get the swap onto this Slark and try and leap away, but he's gonna get stunned up, and I think that is a very dead Slark there. If they're not careful, this could be a very dead entire team. Gonna call GG. I think we all knew that that was coming there. And we'll finish the game with a casual DOTA rampage. What more? What more can you expect there? What a game by the Swans.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have an answer for that Medusa. Like I said, they didn't have enough to be, they might have got a kill on her like once in the lane, and then just never again. Like, what do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, every one of those lanes just seemed really rough. I mean, early stage, yeah. I mean, Oracle was able to get a kill against the Void Spirit, but I mean, just look at the levels, and the kill participation is absolutely the tail of the tape there. If you just look like, two heroes on the side of the pit ponies weren't able to get to level 9, whereas Medusa ended the game on level 18. Just
Yes.
absolutely stormed ahead. Like,
Yeah.
At what, 23, something like 20 odd minutes, they had the. When did they get that? When did they get that butterfly? They had the butterfly done. Yeah, the butterfly completed at 17 and a half minutes.
And at that point, you've got a completed butterfly, you've got a manta style. You are not really that touchable there.
No, and got really lucky with the neutral items. Got the occult bracelet, so the every time you take a hit, you get mana regen, which is what you want. And got a Van Brace at the tier 2 neutral. Just like, what? Couldn't have asked for much better there. Maybe take that over anything else. Maybe you take the growth bow, but even then, I think the amount of stats you get from that Van Brace is just too good. Just the ability to really tank up with that, and that Necrophos just ended up. The Necrophos ended up completely unanswered for the most part as well. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sagitech on that DOTA got more last hits than the entire Dire team in that game, and I think pretty much outdamaged almost all of the team as well. I think his damage alone was almost as much as what the pit ponies put out, which is an absurd statistic when you've got one hero who is doing that much better than the entire enemy team. It is so difficult to try and figure out how you come back from a game like that, because if you had put all of your effort into making sure that DOTA never got to that position, then you'd have had the Void Spirit become a problem, because a Void Spirit innately wants to do things like take advantage of you focusing another hero and find those other objectives on the map to either pick off or chip down. And I don't know how you play that any differently to stop any of those things happening, especially when you've got a Necro that's done so well, so can just tank up pretty much all of the damage that comes his way.
like pretty much the only kills they got were because the Oracle is a pretty decent hero against them. But aside from that, there's just like, what do? Like, what do?
Yeah. I think that we both knew that the Swans were going to be an extremely strong team this time round. If you weren't watching the Welsh Masters, which if you weren't, what were you doing? First of all. But secondly, one of the most important things to know is that this team, the Swans, were our champions of the Welsh Masters. They came top. They had a slightly different roster, so they now have Horrid Joe instead of Phrase. So, you know, it's 4 of the 5 champions. I think we knew that they'd still be pretty good.
Yeah, this is nothing really particularly shocking, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that this game probably went about as well as we could have expected it. You know, this is a strong team, and it's a team that has shown that it knows how to deal with these scenarios. I'm quite looking forward to seeing them play for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a couple of matchups in particular that I'm really excited to see. One of the games I'm really hoping is going to be a Barnstormer. Is going to be that against one of the other teams we're going to be seeing later on today.
And speaking of teams we're going to be seeing on later on today, we're going to take a short break whilst we get ready for our next match, which is going to be the Goats versus the Dragons. Don't go anywhere.
Looking forward to it.
I've been waiting for days, losing my sanity, lying wide awake, yeah, running on no energy. I'm seeing double vision, need some adrenaline. My body's on a mission, give me a medicine. Only a touch and take the edge off. I need someone that can fix me up. You got my mind tripping without you, feeling my heart race over time, and it hit like a drug, spinning without you, hallucinating your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you, so high. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes. I'm imagining your skin pressing up against my heart. Hear you whispering, yeah, looking like a work of art. I'm seeing double vision, need some adrenaline. My body's on a mission, give me a medicine. Only a touch and take the edge off. I need someone that can fix me up. You got my mind tripping without you, feeling my heart race over time, and it hit like a drug, spinning without you, hallucinating your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you, so high. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes. It's like I'm flying above, floating up in the clouds, whoa, like a rocket of love, lighting up in the sky, whoa. It's like I'm flying above, floating up in the clouds, whoa, like a rocket of love. Hey, whoa. You got my mind tripping without you, feeling my heart race over time, and it hit like a drug, spinning without you, hallucinating your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you, so high. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes. I got rainbow eyes.
I don't know how people do it because I just can't.
Hey, what you say? If I said I love you, babe, oh, would you go, would you run away? all too much. Oh no, that you go, could I make you stay? And I don't wanna freak you out, but you're all that I think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Don't waste a sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. Don't waste a sundown alone. We'll chase the night around the globe. And I don't wanna freak you out, but it's all I can think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Nothing ever feels so good. Nothing feels so good. Last night was your first and only chance to get right. Instead of lying through your teeth, baby, your eyes tell 1,000 words that you're trying to hide. And now they're crying over me. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave, leave, leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, nah. I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. So tired of you calling me up, trying to change my mind. When it's you that blurred the lines, yeah. You did me wrong. Now suddenly I'm everything you need and I'm moving on. You're begging me to stay when I'ma leave, leave, leave. I gave all my heart to you for nothing. Yeah, we could have been something, but I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, nah. I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good, I'm good. Yeah. I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. If you think I'm over it, then you should. Cause if you really love me, you wouldn't double cross me. Nah, nah. I don't want your love again. No, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want your love. I'm good, I'm good. I've been waiting for days, losing my sanity, lying wide awake, yeah, running running on no energy. I'm seeing double vision, need some adrenaline. My body's on a mission, give me a medicine. Only a touch and take the edge off. I need someone that can fix me up. You got my mind tripping without you. Feeling my heart race over time. And it hit like a drug, spinning without you. Hallucinate your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you. Tripping without you. So high, I got rainbow eyes. Eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes. Eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes. I'm imagining your skin pressing up against my heart. Hear you whispering, yeah, looking like a work of art. I'm seeing double vision, need some adrenaline. My body's on a mission, give me a medicine. Only a touch and take the edge off. I need someone that can fix me up. You got my mind tripping without you. Feeling my heart race over time. And it hit like a drug, spinning without you. Hallucinate your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you. Tripping without you. So high, I got rainbow eyes. Eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes. Eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes. It's like I'm flying above, floating up in the clouds. Whoa.
Hello and welcome back to the Welsh Esports League. I am joined back by Lude, who you can see again now, and we are ready for our next game.
Hello again, friends. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. I've got a vested interest in one of my best and dearest friends is on the side of the dragons, so I'm looking forward to savaging them in the cast as is standard. Because what are friends for if not for roasting them in public, eh?
That is true. That is true. It's not a good friendship unless you're that comfortable with each other.
Exactly. But yes. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see again, seeing that the goats are, isn't it, do you say like 3 out of 5 of the former pirates?
Yes, so we've got Neb, Iggy, and Tyrox, or Jim, who is the pirate. Who are the pirates? Sorry, I let myself slip into pirate grammar there. They is the pirates. Arr. And they are joined by Pocket Money and Enf Moon. So very much looking forward to seeing them go in that regards. And they're going up against the Dragons, who have stuck with pretty much the same roster as last time. So they have made one change. They now have the Lotus Boy instead of Gigglypuff. And they are currently playing with our wonderful friend, Mrs. Nesbitt, who is subbing for them tonight. So we'll be seeing her in action tonight as well. She played on the Puffins last time, who unfortunately haven't fielded a team this time around. So we'll just have to take our dose of Puffins players in the substitutions that they're able to make for the other teams this tournament. And hopefully we'll see them next split, but we'll have to see. How are you feeling about this game, Lude?
I'm looking forward to seeing the picks and seeing how my main girl does in her one of her least preferred positions. She's going mid. So that's I'm equally excited and terrified for Fernez. I want the Dragons to do well in general. I've got a couple of people that made it onto my friends list in the last year or so are over there as well. Some of them we know from the like the Women in Esports server as well. So it's a very friendly game for us, I'd say.
Yes, I know a lot of these people on the Dragons, so I do love to see them doing well. It's a big point of joy of mine when I see my friends thriving. Of course, I do also know quite a few of the players on the GOATs, so I'm also quite happy watching them play as well. So overall, I'm just quite excited to watch some Dota. Really, that's what I like to see.
Exactly. Just
I think we are almost ready to get ourselves into this game now. Just the last couple of prep bits going on, and we've got a draft.
There we are.
Dyer's turn to
All right. We think we've gotten the bingo card. Oh, straight Medusa ban. Get that shit out of here. Nobody wants that. I'm not happy for that. I wonder if we get the Wind Ranger, like the Wind Ranger ban, or if they're gonna get maybe the Techies ban.
Dyer's turn to
Clink's
Yeah,
ban.
you do want to see these coming out quite early on, don't you? So
really interested to see how often Clinks is getting
It is Radiant's ban.
first stage. And there's the Wind Ranger ban again. Get rid of that. Get rid of that universal. Oh, Techie's gone. Okay, we are free.
oh, you
never
say
mind.
we're
There's the
free, but then we just get a
there's the
straight Doom.
Yeah, of course.
Ah,
It's
it's almost like these are no fun.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I like Doom, but I do also wish that we maybe saw them a little bit less. But people want to win, don't they? Especially when there is actual prize money.
Yeah, there is cold, hard cash on the line here. This is very important.
A 6-pick Witch Doctor. Okay. All right. So,
10 seconds.
I mean,
5 seconds.
wants to. You can get up to him and Infernal Blade, but again, you don't necessarily want to. Witch Doctor in the field. Oh, that was a very snap pick on the Void Spirit. They were just hammering that button then, weren't they? Good lords.
Yeah, they definitely knew what they wanted to pick there, and away they went.
So, on the one hand, Dragons have gone there. They first picked both of their most likely supports. I mean, I don't know if they're lunatics like me that will play Witch Doctor in any position that's not one, but you know, it's, unless we're about to see like an IO pick come out later on, and they could be running the IO Witch Doctor lane. I feel like picking both of your supports does really sort of give away a lot of like what your draft's going to be. I suppose the Witch Doctor can cover the Phoenix Egg a little bit with that stun, and again, for you to get close to the egg if the Death Ward's close by as well, and you're going to be taking guaranteed damage from that. But Goat's going for 2 of their big cores straight away.
5
This Void Spirit is a very good pickup at the moment. It's
really
got a lot of
strong, isn't it?
uses.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hero that, you know, the mid heroes are now doing what a lot of the, you know, offlaners used to do a good couple of years ago, where they used to be really big about like jumping the back line, whereas now that is basically almost always what mid's doing now, especially with the advent of universal heroes and how they work. Wow, the Goats are just wasting no time with this draft. They're just blazing through this.
Yeah, they want to get into this game. They want to get into this game, get through this game, and then get onto the rest of their pubs, it sounds like.
Yeah.
They're speed running this.
It's not going to farm itself, I suppose. No. The Dragons, I'm not really sure what they want here. I think that they could. I mean, Pango's still in the pool, so they could go for like a mid Pango. I think that my understanding is that is a fairly even and kind of skill-based matchup between the Voids and the Dragons, but I don't think Nez is a Tango player, and I know since Nez is the one that is going mid, I mean they could
Yes.
just give her like a relatively sort
Dyer's
of
turn to pick.
execution hero, the Brad Warden,
turn
Centaur
to
War
pick.
Runner.
I do like seeing a centaur come out, especially when you've got some chase like the Phoenix and or disengage, because of course chase will also work the other way. It's good to have a couple of heroes that
10
are able to
seconds
get across this map quite easily.
Good strong
5
lockdown on the
seconds
side of
remain.
Goats there with that shaman pick.
Yeah, that's
Think
does put a little bit of a spanner into the works of either running in or running out, doesn't it?
yeah, I'm not still unsure. I mean, at this point, it's relatively easy draft-wise for the Goats. They only really need to think about getting their other support and just give as much time to their carry as possible. It is 99% certain that the Doom is going to be the offlaner. I mean, they could run carry Doom.
You
But
could.
honestly, I think you are probably just better off just going the standard offlane Doom that we've been seeing. They
Yeah.
are taking their time. They are taking their time with this
Radiant's
pick. They're
turn to
really
pick.
thinking about it.
Pick up an
Okay.
AA.
AA. So what are they? Are they thinking about They're thinking about mitigating the healing of the Witch Doctors. I'll tell you this, as a Witch Doctor player, Ancient Apparition is a hero
10
that
seconds.
ends any idea of me potentially trying to
5
flex
seconds.
the Witch Doctor. But I mean, they've already got their off lane decided with the Centaur. It's also pretty good against the healing from the Phoenix, and a lot of the
Dyer's turn to bat.
regen
Dragon Knight.
regen again from the Dragon
Radiant's
Knight. I mean,
turn
Yeah.
to
that might just be them giving Nez a hero that she thinks that she would feel comfortable playing
It is
mids.
Dyer's ban.
Yes.
It could also be a carry Dragon Knight, but that's less likely, I think.
I think if you
Again-
picked a carry Dragon Knight into an AA, I think you want to move it mid. So whether or not that was their plan originally, I think that makes the most
10
sense.
seconds
I know this
remain.
is a hero that Nez does play, so if
Yeah.
that was the
5
plan, then
seconds remain.
I think she needs to pick it up this game. But I think it makes most sense that this is just a hero that Nez is comfortable on and feels like she can tackle this role with. Because you also have to bear in mind that she's going to be going up against Neb, who is
Radiant's turn
an
to bat.
insanely good mid laner. So she needs something that she feels comfortable in, or there isn't any point her going to lane.
Yeah, I know there's the it's also a hero that is tanky, so even with
10 seconds.
Neb being able to outplay her, which
5
is reasonable
seconds.
because there is Neb is pretty high MMR.
Yes.
But I think as well, the other thing as well is that the highest rated,
Dyer must
highest MMR
choose.
player on the Dragons is the carry. So I think they're just prioritizing giving their carry the 22 pick and just giving him as much space to potentially have a gotcha, because if they get this carry a good enough, their carry a good
10
enough
seconds remain.
pick and a good enough start, might just be able
5
to drag
seconds
them over the
remain.
line. But this is spooky, I think, for the Dragons at this point. I'm really not really sure there is like an overall gotcha pick here.
You say that, but then we always end up getting surprised by it.
Yeah, I mean the goats also need their carry, and their carry does have the benefit
Radiant
of knowing
must
that they're going against
choose.
Centaur.
Sven stands ready.
Yeah,
Got choppy, man.
more stun, potential AOE, big team fight. The Sven's
10
shard is
seconds.
really good now with the increased the amount of armor that it gives you. So even I was thinking about what the dragons might want to pick. I was thinking that they could potentially look at a last pick Terrorblade, but they've already got a shaman to sort of be able to hex out some of the illusions, and now the amount of armor that this Sven will be able to pick up, I think that just makes it even worse. I mean, there's a possibility for an anti-mage. Would potentially be alright here, but
It does. It comes down as well, especially in games like this. It's not just finding the best matchup on paper. It's about finding where your comforts lie as well, which I think is why it's so difficult for these teams to draft themselves into the scenarios that they want to play out, because what they want to play doesn't always work out. We'll take a quap though. I like a quap.
Nez Quap. Okay. Okay, so this is a carry Dragon Knight from the looks of it. Right, okay. I did not
Interesting.
have that on my did not have that on my bingo card there, but I mean, what, this Dragon Knight
Is it a carry Dragon Knight? Is it not a carry Centaur?
Is Centaur, is Mizrain their carry player?
I thought Mizrain was their carry player,
10
but
seconds
maybe I'm
remaining.
incorrect. Oh no, I was miscounting. No, I was
5
miscounting. I
seconds.
think it is. I think it is a carry Dragon Knight. You're correct.
Okay.
But
Alright.
for some reason, I thought the Phoenix had already been picked up, so I thought we had the two. I thought we had Mizrain and Moby left, and I knew one of them was a core and one of them was a support, but
Yeah. So, I mean, for Quap, I think that is a difficult lane anyway. I mean, okay, the Resonant Pulse resists physical damage, and that's what Quap's right click. Quap
Yeah.
is largely going to be using the screen and
dagger.
and the Shadow Strike. I mean, do you take more than one, maybe 2 points in Shadow Strike? Or do you just focus on getting that scream? I feel that you probably focus on getting that screen out and trying to deal with it that way.
Oh, we got a pause. Aw, Iggy needs to reboot. Aw. Come on, Iggy. Hopefully you've got a good PC down there, Iggy. Typical carry players. Ah.
Shameful. All right, well, While we're here, should we do a quick drip check?
We can try, but unfortunately, I can't remember what my loadout key is anymore. So we have to do a bird's eye drip check.
Ugh.
Look, they changed it, and my I key is being used for something else. So
That's important things here. So where is?
I'll get it fixed for next stream. I promise. Disclaimer: I probably won't. I'm a big fan of this Witch Doctor set.
You're making promises I'm not sure you're going to be keeping.
I'm not going to be keeping. I'm going to get distracted. We all know it's going to happen, and I'm never going to fix it. Yeah. We'll be having this conversation in 5 years' time if we're still here.
So, where is this Witch Doctor? Where's the Witch Doctor? So, yeah.
Witch Doctor over in the Radiant base.
Yeah, I got him.
Big fan of this Witch Doctor set. Not that we can really see it from this angle, but people keep typing. I'm trying to show you off this beautiful Witch Doctor hat, but
yeah, I love this. I mean, Dragon Knight with the important good taste of having the Yuri Lowenthal set. I'm a fan. A fan of having more of my animes in my video games. So, okay, Quap coming out with the two circlets and just trying to tank up a little bit, maybe going early point that Shadow Strike. Yeah, the little bit of the heal will probably try and mitigate a bit of the harass that I am fully expecting Neb to just
Yeah, it's going to be coming
terrorize
out. And
and
speaking
play
of
this.
Neb, Neb is going to be leading the charge here as they try and invade on the side of the goats. They're just going to run up this high ground, see if they can find
Just
anyone.
30 seconds now.
Doesn't look like they particularly want to stick around on the side of the dragons, so gonna back it out a little, which does mean that I think...
No, I think that it's probably still. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna get a 3-1 trade. I don't think
Yeah,
that-
they're gonna give up most of these runes. Just leave these dragons with this single little rune. They're just about gonna feel confident
They've
enough going to pick it
trained
up.
hard
So
to
I
get here. It's
think that's
time
wise. You
now
don't really want to
for
be
the
pushing for
final
anything more
fight.
here. Have gotten a nice ward out on the side of the goats as well. So nice position mid ward. 3 runes. I think you'll take that.
Yeah. So, oh, slight miss on the block there from Naz.
Oh.
It's yep, just get that harass in.
The choice is made.
When you can't get last hits, your best bet is to just try and get a little bit of damage out. You know, every right click helps.
It's
Gonna be a pretty tough lane in this mid lane, I think, for
Yeah,
Nez here,
I
isn't
agree.
it? It's
I don't
not gonna
know
be
if
an
you
easy
can
one.
in the way of last hits. It's already really hard to last hit. Outlast hitting a Void Spirit is never a fun prospect anyway. But definitely with a ranged hero that has kind of wind up that Quap does, I
Yes.
think it's gonna be really hard.
I think this is a difficult matchup when you have 2 very similarly skilled players. So I think this is an even tougher matchup when you're going against someone who has double your MMR. So gonna be a bit of a struggle bus lane here for Nez, I think. But everything that she can get from it, even if it's just a bit of XP, is gonna help take her through to the rest of the game.
I admire the chutzpah though in asserting and getting the screen instead of going the safe route and getting the blink. I think that is a better mentality to have because, okay, yeah, sure, you might end up having.
Oh.
This is the
might
very
have a rough-
definition of
I
first
went to come
blood.
look down top as this Dragon Knight has been cast up and gonna be taking quite a lot of damage here from this Shaman. You forget how much these Shaman right clicks do, especially when you're able to be shackled up for a little bit. Does mean we missed the kill on the Phoenix top. Gonna get a second shackle on, but Doom's not quite in the area to get any extra damage on, so gonna be an absolutely fine Dragon Knight there.
And yeah,
You're not
15
getting
to
there.
8 against 2 and 1. Like, yeah, this is just difficult. This is gonna be a really hard lane for Naz.
Yeah, this is a tough old lane for poor little Quap here. But as we say, just being able to have some XP to go into the late game will be helpful. Taking quite a bit of damage here on this Phoenix up top yet again. Gonna get frozen up by the AA, so taking a little bit more as well. Iggy's having a relatively okay time up here, you know, keeping on track with this this Centaur. Neither particularly doing much better than the other, so
Not for you.
I think this AA is having quite a good time at the moment, though, able to just get quite a lot of harass onto this Phoenix, and just do his job really, make it a little bit easier for his Sven to exist in this lane, because you don't particularly want to be going up against against a Phoenix who's always wanting to put fire spirits on you.
I mean, Nez is able to get some harass on the Void Spirit at least, but you know it's going to be mitigated by the ability, the ease of access that they're going to have to the runes, just by how much they can keep the tower sort of pushed in.
Completely out of mana now on Nez as well.
uh,
Also out of mana on this DK bot. I'm going to try and get a little bit of harassing onto the Shaman. To get maledicted there by the Dragon Knight, but nowhere near enough. A little bit of a battle going on mid. This Phoenix has come to lend a bit of a hand. We'll be able to get quite a bit of damage onto Neb, but he's just going to TP away. Back onto his tower to pick up this rune, and I think he'll be absolutely fine. Oh, the force feed of mangoes there. Take your blue juice and be happy with it. Going to be able to get a little bit more harass now onto Neb here, which every little right click helps. Does have the blink now, so won't be quite as fearful of that combination as she would have been earlier on.
Yeah, the sentry planted by Neb, or actually it wasn't planted by, yeah, it was planted by Neb, wasn't quite in range of the ward, so Nez's ward will still survive. Will be in time to see the, will just be in time to see the bouncy rune? Or not the bouncy rune,
Or
the power
up
rune
top.
if it's go to upper button? Yeah.
She's going to
So-
take quite a bit more damage here on this Phoenix. Going to be able to dive away, but the AA is there to just keep smacking. Think that
Yeah.
they'll be able to pick up that kill? Yeah, just the right clicks will be enough there. Good on you, Just Jim. I said it earlier, but this AA is having a particularly good time here, able to get quite a bit of harass onto this Phoenix, which you will always take being able to zone your opponent's support out of their lane. So,
Oh, down bottom's in trouble. The AA is coming for...
gonna have a little bit of
Little,
wrapping going on here. Trying to get some damage onto these dire heroes. Gonna be able to get the shackles off onto this DK, so he's not gonna be able to just run around freely. Trying to get the freeze on, but just gonna walk out of range.
It
And
fills me with nothingness.
I think they'll just kind of be having this little bit of a trade-off going on. Neither particularly struggling too much with that engagement. Although, tell you who is struggling, Nez is not having the best time there. She will be saved by the fact that Neb can't completely dive tower with so little resources, but there is a AA in the area, so she'll have to be a little bit careful. And up top,
No,
Center is also having a pretty terrible time. Nearly going to be taken down, but gonna be saved. We'll get a shackle onto the Dragon Knight in bot. Action happening all over this map this time. Don't think
Big play,
he'll be able to take him down quite easily, but with 3 heroes, they will eventually be able to get enough damage here onto this Dragon Knight and take him down.
Okay, so the Dragon Knight died, but the Witch Doctor was able to go and get the Wisdom Rune, so I think that the
Very nice.
Dragons are the real winners there. So that's me, and I will say that they are, in terms of the net worth to time ratio, they are having a better time of it than the last game that we just watched. But this Doom is already comfortably ahead of the Dragon Knight in terms of the net worth. But they are keeping it moderately competitive. It is.
You always expect that from a Doom, though. You know that if you're against a Doom, they will take an early net worth advantage. And there is very little you can do about that, so...
Oh, haste room bottom. I
We'll
think.
be trying to go onto this
Wobble
Doom,
up
though,
in there.
but I don't quite think they're going to be able to get the stun off, so... Won't be able to get any extra damage on with this Maledict. Not a lot of mana on the Witch Doctor either, so don't have too much capability. Meanwhile, Ness is going to get dived mid. Neb's got this haste room, and he's just going to keep smacking. Is able to switch the tower aggro to get the kill and be able to escape relatively okay. You know, 20% HP, you don't really need much more, do you? Uh-oh. Witch Doctor does need a little bit more, though. Gonna be able to get caught out by these 3 heroes down bot. Is just gonna be able to sneak away. Dragon Knight's gonna pop the ult and try and turn, but gonna get hexed up. Gonna keep putting some damage here onto this Doom. He's slowly ticking down, but not going to be enough. Doesn't really have any resources to properly dive through either. You don't have stun yet.
To their middle tower.
Got some cooldowns. You just got to be a little bit patient.
Middle is missing.
Need to be a little bit careful in this mid lane as well.
Unbelievable.
Oh. Speaking of being careful,
Yeah,
got a little bit of a problem for the Phoenix. Gonna get spotted out by this
Radiant's middle tower
Sven.
is under attack.
I mean, at this stage, there's not really a tremendous amount of kill threat as it stands.
Uh-oh,
on
there
the,
is gonna
Road of
use the
Dragon
center
there.
ult to just run away top. Did get gone on there by the Sven and the AA, but gonna be able to run away absolutely fine. Not gonna be quite so fine for the Witch Doctor though. We'll get chased down by this Doom. Over in mid. Gonna try and make a play onto Nebia. Uh-oh, you might have made a mistake there, Phoenix. Does pop the DD, but he's not really able to get any extra damage on.
He's got
Looks
his-
like he wants to keep chasing though, and I don't think that turn was the right decision there.
Stars fall and then disintegrate.
Needs to be a little bit cautious for Nez here as well. Still a lot of HP here on this this Void Spirit. Almost got as much as Nez does.
And he's at like a fraction of his health.
Yes.
That's really rough.
These health
Middle
bars
is
really do
missing.
be a little bit deceptive when you've got a hero that can tank some damage. Dragon Knight taking a lot of damage in this bot lane, but now back under his tower, so should be okay. Gonna get joined up by the Witch Doctor here as well, so get a little bit of a replenishment of mana.
Radiant should look to their middle
Slowly
tower.
regenning health. I'm gonna send Neb straight back to the base here. I think he wants a little bit of a refill on some mana. Doesn't have any bottle charges. Got the TPs, so
So he's just trying to get whatever they can out of this lane with a 3-level deficit with the between the Sven and the Centaur. It's a really, what's that? These lanes it's just been difficult for all three of them. But again, like they are still somewhat holding on. There is still, you know, it's going to be difficult for them to be able to come back because they also don't scale as well as the goats do later on. So they do have a window in where they can do something, but it is
Middle tower is under attack.
it's quite a narrow one. I mean, at least the Dragon Knight has gone for that early Midas to be able to try and see if he's got any chance of scaling.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
I think the best thing that Nez can do at this point is just actually what she is currently doing, just looking to see if she is able to get some kind of rotation and maybe try and pressure this, if they can pressure the Sven a little bit. You know, they do have a lot of their abilities up now, so that is probably the best thing they can do.
Radiant's middle tower
But
is under attack.
the goats just really sort of well insulating themselves, just sort of keeping
Radiant structures are
keeping a bit of
fortified.
space between the Sven
Radiant should
and
look
the
to their
others.
middle tower.
hmm.
This Centaur is a long time away from being able to get anything like a blink, so
Radiant's
he's
middle
not going to be able
tower
to,
is under attack.
initiate. We
And
do
while they're
have-
making this play up top, they are seeing a
Radiant's
little
middle
bit of
tower is no more.
pressure coming
rotation
out on the bot lane here. These two heroes really don't want to leave. They're going to be able to catch out this Witch Doctor here. Doom's going to come down onto her as well. Going to be able to pick up the kill on Katie. Trying to get a return onto the Shaman. Will be able to get it, but not before he pops down the the wards. I know what words are. Neb jumping in and going to be able to slice through that Phoenix there. Have figured out that they've got vision up there now, so
Radiant's top tower
know to be a
is under
little bit
attack.
more careful.
Radiant's
Well,
top
they're
tower
doing the
has
important thing
fallen.
and they are contesting this area because really important objective coming up in 20 seconds with that next Wisdom Rune. So I think the best thing they can do is, I think best person to pick this up is probably Nez. Because I think she needs to try and get a bit of experience to sort of try and catch up a little bit with this
Yeah,
Try
she's
and
going
catch
to
up a little
try
bit.
and go onto the AA there, but he's TPing away, so he'll be able to get out safe. She'll pick up the Wisdom Room as well. They will lose the Witch Doctor in the mid lane. Tried to 1v1 the Void Spirit. Didn't work out for her there. Unfortunate for Katie. Meanwhile, down bot, we've just still got this Dragon Knight farming along, doing Dragon Knight things.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for the Manta build, so that's going to be for the purpose of that is so that you pop your Elder Dragon, you pop your Manta, and then you can start sieging buildings down pretty freely. So I'd say that is it's a pretty good build. I think that's
Radiant's
probably one of the best ways they can go
bottom
about it.
tower is under attack.
Well, they are going to be able to get a little bit of a catch out here. Just running up that high ground there, and they'll be able to find the Witch Doctor. Sliced through on Neb here, doing quite a lot of damage on this Void Spirit at the moment.
Yeah, defense.
And uh-oh, he's going to be able to catch this this Phoenix as well. He does have a step if he wants to die for it, but Phoenix also has eggs, so he's I was about to say he's making the decision not to go for it, but no, just going to pull him a little bit closer past the tower and then pick up the kill. Uh-oh. I'm not sure you're quite where you want to be here, Centaur. Surrounded by supports, and Neb is coming up as well. Going to be able to get the stun on, and Neb's going to jump on through. A lot of damage coming out. We'll get the stun, but not going to be enough to save him. And Neb's just going to TP straight away to this mid lane. Down bot, we do have this this Dragon Knight trying to get a kill onto the Doom. A lot of damage coming out, but not quite enough for quite a while. Sven is going to be allowed to hit this egg relatively freely and then chop through the swap as well. But again, AA ult coming through to just help Sven pick up this ultra kill now for Iggy. And I think you're feeling pretty good if you're in this position as a Sven.
Yeah, I mean, Nez was able to get off her ult before the Doom landed on them, so it was good that they were able to get that at least, because that really helped get they were able to at least get something with the kill on the Doom. But at this point, just yeah, at this stage, once they got that, I think the DK just needed to try and just get out of dodge. I'm not really sure if they would have had any real chance to. The Centaur looking at getting a pipe. While I do think that a pipe is a good item, this is where part of the problem with Centaur as an offlaner is now. Centaur is a hero that fundamentally you need to get that blink and that stun.
Centaur is a little bit surrounded now as well.
Do that.
Needs to be a little bit careful here. Sven has got the harpoon up now as well. He is about to get wrapped on. Neb's going to jump on through and the ult's going to come out, but it's way too late. AA ult going to come in. Going to get the stun onto 2, but nowhere near enough to protect him from 4 heroes. Oh, although we do have the block. Doom is now stuck within Shaman wards. This is your new home, Doom. I hope you enjoy it. You're there for the next, however long they're there for. 30
Report
seconds.
For briefing. Yeah, no, that's...
There you go. Enjoy your new home. This is it. This is prime real estate here. Just gonna TP away. Probably wise.
Well, yeah, that's fine. They could have waited another 10, 11 seconds, but honestly, I think going up top is
You
where
could
want to
have,
go.
but the Radiant did know that he was trapped in there because they were hitting a tower. So it wouldn't take much for them to wrap in and pick up that kill. So
the important thing for them, for the Dire now, is they want to be taking this tower, because if you look at the clock, we're 90 seconds away from
it's not the Dire that needs to be doing
21,
anything. If the
21
Radiant knew the Dire had moved away, they could have picked up the kill on the Doom, which was why it was good to TP away. The Dire are going to come through and pick up another kill onto this Centaur here. He's just slightly too far forward, and unfortunately it's also going to get the Quap and the Phoenix killed as well. You will be able to get pick up a recur. I can speak, a return kill picked up on the Dragon Knight.
The Void Spirit is going for a Solar Crest. It's just really focusing on armor reduction to try and really further mitigate any of the benefits of that Dragon Knight. So it's good that they were able to get that pick off on the Void Spirit, but I think that's sort of just postponing it up. Really, I'm not really sure how
They pinged out this Dragon Knight here. They do have a ward for the Dire, so they know that he's farming here. They'll be able to get the Hex. There's going to be a Shackle coming through, and the Harpoon will not be missing as well. We get the stun onto the Sven, so leaves the kill to be picked up there by the AA. Meanwhile, in mid, they're also going to be chasing down onto the Centaur. Not quite going to be able to pick up the kill on him yet. Going to get healed up by the Phoenix for the duration of most of that doom there. But gonna have to pop the deny there. We'll be able to pick up the Witch Doctor as well. Unfortunately, Katie hung around a little bit too long there, and so did this Phoenix. Gonna just try and close his eyes and walk away, but Iggy's here.
Oh, and again.
Iggy,
there's no way it's not
you can't have those creeps, Iggy. They're not inside your home. The only thing you can do is hit that tower. I think this is the new meta for low MMR teams. You know, your carry's not hitting your tower. Just pick Shaman and make him. Unfortunately, I think that might have been a little bit of an error there, because he couldn't escape until after the tower had gone, and even running away as fast as he could, still going to get picked up there by the by the Radiant. Sorry.
That is karma for a little bit of could have been read potentially as BM with the Sven not hitting that tower for a little while and just sort of.
It's classic carry mentality. He wanted the creeps.
Yeah. Oh, they weren't even what I'm referring to. They weren't even hitting the creeps when the shaman trapped the Sven in the ward.
He couldn't hit the creeps.
He was able to hit it at one point.
He couldn't hit the creeps. He couldn't hit any of the creeps. He could only hit the tower, because he tried to hit both sets of creeps and couldn't hit any of them.
It looked like he was not even trying to hit the tower. It looked like he wasn't trying to hit the tower. He was just sort of.
He wasn't. He was trying to hit the creeps.
Well, he should have been hitting that tower then, shouldn't he?
Shouldn't have been such a greedy carry.
There we go. I'm glad that they were able to get that little bit of a punish though, and especially since the kill went on the Dragon Knight, and I think that as much of the net worth as possible. They do need to try and spread a little bit of the wealth into some of the other heroes. I think it could be beneficial for Quop to maybe get that Kai and Sanj finish, so that she can maybe look at getting the Ags online, because it is a really good item now on the Quop.
It is. You do have to be hanging around for a little bit though, so you know, to be able to get this reapply on. So it's a good item, but I think she needs to get these this Kyron Sanj, maybe just this little bit more sustain up in the first instance, because at the moment it's just not going to be feasible for her to get multiple Shadow Strikes off.
Long live your queen!
Yeah, I just think she needs to try and catch up a little bit. I mean, it is good that the Dragon Knight has been able to somewhat keep up with the you know, he's 2k behind. He's 2k behind, which in the scale of the net worth goal between teams is actually really quite negligible. It's almost got the Octarine online as well, so that's going to mean that they're going to have more talking with the more time to be in the Elder Dragon form. Less cooldown on the Manta style, so he was pushed out.
Do you have quite a lot of Radiant heroes in this top lane, but as I'm saying that, Neb just turns around and jumps straight through this Phoenix and absolutely melts through. You got this Desolator now, got the Solar Crest. You are not surviving a jump from Neb at the moment unless you've got your own pretty innate
Worthy
either high
tribute.
armor or high HP. And Phoenix not really holding either of those at the moment. Looks like they want to try and pick up a kill on the AA here. Being able to get quite a lot of damage coming out. He's going to be able to get the ult through, so we'll hit both the Quap and the Centaur here. But you'll take a monster 8 times kill ending streak on our Quap here. Should be
Yeah,
enough
absolutely.
to get her
Dig that.
most of the way to the Kyron Sange now. Just about 100 gold, or even less than that, away from being able to pick that up. So very helpful indeed.
Oh,
Killing spree.
Oh, uh-oh. You see it happen, and the instant you see it, it's already too late. If this Neb gets anywhere near your supports, they're gone. Absolutely melts through Katie here.
yeah, no, that's like,
This Dragon Knight is quite far in here. Got his illusions, which are doing a little bit of work, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough to keep him alive. Gonna get the AO coming through, and we'll get chopped through by Sven. That's not what you want to see if you are rooting for the dragons here.
it's rough. I'm not again with how the difference in how they scale as well is this gets even scarier as time goes on. But as much as anything else, this game has already gone on longer than our previous one, so the dragons do have that to be commendable at the very least.
Got the Doom and the Shadow Shaman smoked up here on the high ground. They want to
look
make
what Void
something
Spirit has
happen.
queued up.
Pardon?
Look what Void Spirit has queued up.
What has Void Spirit got queued up?
Divine Rapier Gaming.
Oh. Think when you're already melting through heroes this quickly, adding something that helps you even more with that is never a particularly bad idea, but oh, you do like to see it. Now this Centaur strayed slightly too far forward. Gonna be able to get the AA ult down here, but they will try and turn with the Witch Doctor. Trying to get some ult through to get some escape, but gonna be able to pick up the kill onto Nez, and the Centaur will also fall as well. We'll be able to pick up a kill on the Shadow Shaman in return, but stun's gonna come through, pick up the Phoenix. I think that's a pretty free tier 2 tower there for Iggy.
Radiant's top tower is no more.
Yeah, it's as it stands. Rapier update. Void Spirit has picked up the relic, so it looks like it might be on the cards. I mean, they could end up turning that into a nullifier, or maybe even a radiant potentially. But I think Neb's feeling himself this game. I think he is going to end up.
I don't think this is the lineup that you pick a Radiance on a Void Spirit.
Really, no. So like I said, it's could outside bet, could be a nullifier, but I think he's feeling far too confident for it to not be the rapier. Oh, with that Titan sliver coming out as well. Yeesh.
And they're going to pick up 4 bounty runes in their own jungle as well. That's going to help Neb get on his way.
Yeah, that's I think that's almost it. Just 400 gold off. The important objective is available. Are the Radiant gonna be able to go out and get it? Are they gonna be able to go out and get that bonus XP? It looks like Quap's on the way. Can she get?
Quap's
Yeah,
really
she
the
can.
only person you can send out for this at the moment. She's got the ability to get back. None of your other heroes really do in the same way.
Phoenix dive.
Yeah, I guess, but
Yeah, it's
I think Phoenix is getting melted through so quickly at the moment that
Oh.
although you have the ability, it's not quite the same.
Courier's on the way out. Courier's on the way out. The Effie laugh.
Gonna be
Neb's
able to
excited.
pick up the Aegis
There,
on
it's
this
on the
Sven
way.
here. I think you need to be a little bit careful careful if you're the Radiant here. That's an egg. Not gonna go off as expected. Needs to be a little bit more disciplined in egg usage. Could have been quite a good way to defend the high ground here, but used when there were no other teammates around to really give you any kind of support. Get harpooned here by the Sven, but even though he's ticking down, I don't think you're too concerned. Got the Aegis, which will pop. And a lot of damage coming out on this Centaur. Still 3 seconds until the Phoenix is back up. Centaur is going to die. Iggy does have BKB still. Obviously, just gone through his first life. Just trying to back it out a little bit. Do a bit of a reset. Did manage to take down the co-op, but she has buyback, so back in this fight. Good choice to swoop away there by the Phoenix. You do not want to be caught out here, especially with Rapier Iggy, who's going to come through and melt through these heroes. Gonna pick up the Phoenix, gonna pick up the Witch Doctor, and he's just gonna keep on going. Nez is trying to do something here, trying to get some damage onto this Doom, but not gonna be enough. Gonna get picked off by Iggy and Neb there, and that's a full team wipe. Centaur is back up now, but you really do not want to be going into this team 1v4.
Yeah, this was always going to be a difficult game for them. So like they've
and they're gonna call it. I think that's wise. When you've got to spend these buildings are just gonna get melted through. GG's to the goats.
Yeah, I mean, again, they did the best they could under the circumstances, and they should be proud of themselves. They were able to hold them off for a little while, but you know the skill difference is there to see. It's really there's really no shame in it. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's quite a gap. So
yes, it's a huge gap here. You know, we're talking about players who are twice their opponent's MMR easily. And when you're going into a matchup with that, it's hard. And it's quite a surprise that... Oh, I suppose surprise is not the right word I'm looking for. It's quite a good thing for the Dragons that this graph does not just look like a literal cliff. Like, the fact that yeah, okay, it was a 40k net worth difference at the end. That does happen. That happens in teams that are reasonably matched, you know, teams that are very similar skills. If you can look at that graph and have that kind of gentle decline, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
They kept it kind of even for the first sort of 7 or 8 minutes, and then it sort of began like the skill difference is evident. Like, you know, these people play, some of these players that I think seemingly almost do nothing else. So, you know, I kind of can't blame our friends there on the Dragons for not being able to pull along. But you know, they did the best they could, and they should be proud for how they did today. Honestly, it's not an easy game.
It's not an easy game, and that's proven by the fact that the last time the players on these two teams matched up against each other, the game was much stompier and over much quicker than it was this matchup. I think the game was over 10 minutes shorter the last time these two teams faced up against each other. So the change in such a short period of time in terms of the competitive span of the Welsh Esports League, you know, I think they were one of the final matchups together, and then they've played each other first this time round, and the difference between both of those games is astonishing. I think that's something to be really proud of. And I'm really excited to see how the rest of the games go as well, because I think it's been pretty clear from today that the standard has stepped up a little bit. And if you think there's going to be any easy wins coming your way just because you're a higher skill team, I don't think it's going to be quite as simple as you think it might have been. So it's going to be a very interesting season. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the next week in particular, I think is when we have one of the sort of the big skill matchups, don't we? Because I think next week we've got the goats and the swans are next week, aren't they? So that's gonna be an absolute clash, and we're gonna be seeing a lot of the teams that are sort of similar sort of skill levels all sort of coming together. So that it's gonna feel like a lot. There's a lot more sort of it's gonna be a lot more back and forth in the next couple of weeks, I would say.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the first game we'll be watching next week, you are correct. We'll be watching the Swans versus the Goats first off next week, and then we will be seeing the Dragons take on the Robins. So I think that it's going to be a very good set of games next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, especially since again, like that's the Robins is another team with some friends of ours that we'll be able to point and laugh at. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, I think that there is going to be a lot of very good stuff happening over the next couple of weeks. So you're going to have to make sure that you come by and check it all out. That is it for us today, but thank you very much for joining us. I've been Kit with the lovely Lude, and we will be back here from 7 o'clock next week. So if you come by about 7:15, we'll be here bringing you all the latest in the Dota 2 Welsh Esports League. Can't wait to find out what's happening because I am so excited to see how these games go.
Same here.
Catch you all next week.
See y'all in a bit, everybody.
Like a rocket alive, lighting up in the sky, whoa. It's like I'm flying above, floating up in the clouds, whoa. Like a rocket alive, hey, whoa. You got my mind tripping without you, feeling my heart race over time, and it hit like a drug, spinning without you, hallucinating your body over mine. You're like a bad addiction with good intentions. I can't give you up inside. You got my heart tripping without you, so high. I got rainbow eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes, 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 eyes. I got rainbow eyes.
I don't know how people do it because I just can't.
Hey, what you say? If I said I love you, babe, oh, would you go? Would you run away? Oh, would it change how you feel? Would it make it all surreal? Oh, would you go? Could I make you stay? And I don't wanna freak you out, but it's all I can think about. I swear down, nothing feels so good as when we're staying out. Sweet talk in the morning into turning round, so we never have to call it a day. Nothing feels so good. Hey, you're displayed in a frame at the center of my brain, reaching to each of the corners, babe. Blush if it's more than a crush. Have I made this all too much? Oh no.